Chapter 18, page 78. The young church in Mabanta had a few crises. At first, the clan had assumed it would not survive, but it had gone on. The clan was not overly worried. If a gang full of Efulefu decided to live in the evil forest, it was their own affair. The evil forest was a fit home for them. It was true they were rescuing twins, but they never brought them into the village. Surely the earth goddess would not visit the sins of the missionaries on the innocent villagers. On one occasion, the missionaries had tried to overstep their bounds. 3 converts had gone into the village and said they would burn all the shrines. The villagers seized and beat them. But stories were gaining ground that the missionaries had also brought a government. It was said that they had built a place of judgment in Umuofia to protect the followers of their religion. It was even said that they had hanged a man who had killed a missionary. In Mabanta, these stories seemed like fairy tales. Mr. Kiaga was quite harmless. No one could kill his converts, for they still belonged to the clan. The little church was too deeply involved in its own troubles to annoy the clan. It began with the question of admitting outcasts. The Osu thought it was possible they would be received. One Sunday, 2 went into the church, and there was a stir. But so great was the work the new religion had done that the others did not immediately leave when the outcasts entered. And after the service, the whole church raised a protest, and the people were about to drive the Osu out when Mr. Kiaga stopped them. We are all children of God. We must receive our brothers, he said. You do not understand, said one convert. This is a matter of which we know. And he told him what an Osu was. The Osu was a person dedicated to a god, set apart forever, and his children after him. He could neither marry nor be married. He was an outcast. Wherever he went, he carried the mark with him. Long, tangled, and dirty hair. A razor was forbidden. An Osu could not attend a meeting of the freeborn. And when he died, he was buried in the evil forest. How could such a man be a follower of Christ? He needs Christ more than you and I, said Mr. Kiaga. Then I shall go back to the clan, said the convert. And he went, and Mr. Kiaga stood firm. And it was his firmness that saved the church. The wavering converts took strength from him. He ordered the outcasts to shave their hair. At first, they were afraid they might die. The heathen also said, I would die if I built my church on this ground. Am I dead? The heathen spoke falsehoods. Only the word of God is true. And soon the outcasts were the strongest members of the new faith. Nearly all the Osu in Mabanta joined the church. One of them brought the church into some serious conflict with the clan a year later by killing the sacred python, the most revered animal. If someone from the clan killed a python accidentally, he made sacrifices and performed an expensive burial ceremony. Perhaps the Osu did not kill the python. That was the way the clan first looked at it. The story had arisen among the Christians. All the same, the elders had to decide on an action. Many spoke at great length. Aquanco, who had begun to take part in village affairs, said the gang should be chased from the village or there would be no peace. Others, though, prevailed. It is not our custom to fight for our God, said one. Let us not start now. These people are daily pouring filth over us, and Okeki says we should pretend not to see. Aquanco made a sound of disgust. Huh! Such a thing would never happen in his fatherland, Umuofia, he thought. And in the end, it was decided to ignore the Christians. Aquanco ground his teeth in disgust. That night, a bellman went through Mabanta proclaiming that members of the church were now excluded from the life of the clan. The next day, when some women set out to the stream, and others to the village earth pit, they were chased away. "What does it all mean?" asked Mr. Kiaga. "The village has outlawed us," said a woman. Some men wanted to fight the villagers, but Mr. Kiaga restrained them. He wanted to know why they had been outlawed. "They say Okoli killed the sacred python," said one. "It is false," said another. "Okoki told me himself." Okoli was not there to answer. He had fallen ill and died the previous night. His death showed that the gods were still able to fight their own battles. The clan saw no reason then to molest the Christians.